What's up, losers? How you doing? So one thing I wanted to discuss lately was this channel. I've had this channel for, I think it was almost 3 years now, and it's crazy to think about. And I've never actually sat down and explained what I wanted out of this channel and what the whole reasoning for it is. So first off, I actually wanted to talk what the name came from. So as you know, the name is Trail Mix or Trail Mix Vids. And the whole idea behind the trail mix stuff was that I am a person who I can't stick to one topic all the time. I find that I need a variety of content because I'm just going to get bored. I do that with games, with anime, everything, where I can't watch one thing all the time. I need to constantly be engaged in other things and new things and trying out stuff. And so the whole point of Trail Mix was it's a whole variety of things mixed into one bowl. And that's kind of what I wanted for the channel. And I always get this weird thought of like trying to go for quality or trying to go for creativity and what I want. And I know if you want to grow a channel, if you want to be good, be big, the best way to do it is to stick to a niche, stick to a thing, and then grow from there. But to me, it's just not what I want to do. You know, I want to be able to have a whole bunch of things. I want to be able to, make a video about video games one week and then make a video about something completely unrelated the next. That's really what I would like when I do this, is to just be able to make content about anything I want and not have to worry about it. And for me, that's another dilemma I've been having recently. I've been running into that thought is, on top of, what I'm making content about, it's how I make the content. So I've been thinking a lot about the editing and the style I use and things like that. I for everyone who's been paying attention recently, I have a completely different style every time I upload a video. Some days it's highly edited, some days it is just me sitting in front of the camera chit-chatting to you. It's often completely different. Sometimes I do it. Heck, the last video was an animated video. Well, animated. So I do a completely different thing every time. And part of me doesn't want to lose that. I like the fact that I can, just do something completely different every time. Again, it's fitting the technically, you're not fitting a niche, and that's not good. But to me, it's just fun, right? And I think that's what I want this channel to be, is just me to have fun and talk about the things I want. One thing I've been having a dilemma of is there's a video I've been wanting to make for a long time. Over the past, about year and a half now, I started last November, not this current one, but the one before that, where I have been going through my backlog, gaming backlog, anime backlog. I have been completing, I believe now the number is 65 or something like that. I have been doing a lot when it comes to those things. And I want to make a video about it, talk about all the things that I've been doing, all the things that, I've been completing. And the original idea was to make this, highly edited video. I've done something similar, it was the everything I consumed in, I think it was September video. That was a while back. So I have been wanting to do that for a while. But the problem is just that would take forever. And this isn't my job. I have to, work a full-time job and stuff like that. You are being a menace today. So I have to put in so much work for that video, and I just don't have the time. And not only that, it's when I do have time, I don't want to sit down and spend weeks on a video. And so for me, I'm in this dilemma of, do I edit it the way I feel you guys deserve? I edit it, in the manner of the other videos where I actually have B-roll footage and stuff like that. Or do I make it more like this, where I'm just sitting in front of the camera and just talking about all the things I've watched and played? That is a lot easier to edit, a lot easier to put out. And for me, I don't mind editing. I really don't. It's a fine process. What I hate is the B-roll footage, right? When it comes to like talking about anime and stuff like that, oftentimes you have people where, you know, you put footage of things while you're talking about it, footage of the show, and just finding all of that, putting it on is just, it's just a mess. Like for me, it's just a slog because that becomes the most time-consuming process. I like chopping down footage. I like finding music. I like doing the fun, edits and stuff like that. I like all of that. I hate finding B-roll. That's the worst part for me. And the fact that it is the most time-consuming process has just stopped me from wanting to make that video. And the reason that is hard for me to figure out is because I wanted like a whole narrative and story and stuff behind that. And in order to do that, you need really high editing. But at some point, I think I have to be honest with myself and realize that, like, if I do that, that video is never getting made. I am never going to want to sit down and do the whole thing just because I don't want to spend all that energy and time on something that I don't know. I don't know if it's worth it. So for me, I think with this whole video is asking what your guys' opinions. Because I've recently had a big flux of subscribers and stuff like that a couple months ago. What do you guys want to see when you watch me? Do you want the highly edited, or would you prefer just me sitting, talking to the camera, and just sharing about stuff I'm passionate about? Because at the end of the day, that's what I am. I'm just a guy who's really passionate about things. So if you would prefer seeing that video and you want to see what I talk about, but you're like, hey, don't put in the energy to edit all of that. I'd rather just sit and listen to you just talk about it. I'll try to script it a little bit so it's not just me rambling like this. But yeah, no, let me guys know in the thoughts, let me guys know in the comments what your thoughts are, and what you want to see from this channel, what you want to see from me. I had another video and idea in mind, a much shorter one, a much easier one. Maybe I'll, if I feel like it, I'll upload it a couple days, next week, something like that. Where I've been doing a lot of new stuff recently. And a lot of it's not gaming related, not anime related. Is that stuff you kind of wanted to see? Like, I've been starting to get into sports, and I've been starting to get into a whole bunch of other skills. Are those things that you would be interested in hearing about? Because at the end of the day, this was never intended to be a channel about one thing. Right? This was intended to be a channel about everything I want to talk about. So if you guys are okay with, hey, maybe some days he talks about video games, maybe some days he talks about animes, maybe some days he talks about cooking or sports. If you're cool with that, that's what I'd love to do. So anyways, I hope you all have a fantastic day, evening, night, whatever it may be. Have a good one.